Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Harold and George's treehouse from the movie Captain Underpants. I hope that you guys enjoy this one. Quite a few of you guys have been asking for this, and I was very happy to make it. It was very fun to design. If you guys enjoyed the tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And without any further ado, let me show you how to make it. It's really easy. So, if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some oak wood, some jungle leaves, white concrete, light blue concrete, yellow concrete, lime concrete, spruce wood stairs, quartz stairs, and some spruce wood slabs. We also need all of the other materials that you can see in the inventory right now, and we do need every single one of them, so please do make sure that you got them all, and then we can begin the build. So, we're going to start off by placing this series of oak wood on the ground. We want to place an oak wood, then we want to do 2 upper left diagonals coming from that, 1, 2, 2 upper right diagonals, 1, 2, 2 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2, and then we want to connect down bottom left diagonally. So, we want to have this diamond shape, like this. We then want to go up on top of every single one of those oak woods by 10. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that applies to every single one of the other oak woods. I would specifically place 10 on top. The reason being is there's a set of ladders which takes you up the treehouse. They don't actually work there, but there is a set of ladders that take you up the treehouse, and they have a pattern on them. And if you start messing about with the size of the trunk, then you will run into some problems later. But that is what you want to have. Now, we want to take the very up front oak wood, which is this one. We want to place on top of this a light blue clay, or concrete as it is. And we want to go right of this concrete, and we want to go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we also want to go left of that first initial light blue concrete, and we want to place a white concrete. We want to go up by 2, 1, 2, left 2, 1, 2, down 2, 1, 2, and then we want to place a light blue concrete going left. And then we want to go up by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to do 4 upper right diagonals, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to do 4 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to connect down. So we'll end up with something that should look like this. We then want to take the very top blue concrete, and we want to place a blue concrete underneath this, followed by a yellow concrete, lime concrete, yellow. And then we want to place yellow concretes left and right of the lime. We then want to, going right of the door, we want to place light blue concrete, and right of those light blue concretes, we want to place 2 rows of glass, 1, and then very carefully 2. We can then fill the rest of the treehouse, the front of it at the very least, in using light blue concrete like this. Just want to fill this in. And what we're also going to do is we are going to outline the roof. So we want to place spruce wood stairs all the way alongside the roof. And we want to place a spruce wood slab on top. And then we want to place a layer of spruce wood stairs coming down the opposite side. Like that. We want to extend all of the spruce wood stairs forwards by 1 row, including the slab at the top. And then we want to place spruce wood stairs coming down the opposite side, poking out as well. And we want to place upside down quartz stairs underneath all of the stairs that poke outwards. So, quartz stairs underneath all of the pokey outy stairs. Like that. Now, we want to place a few rows of light blue concrete. So we're going to take the walls of the house, the left hand side and the right hand side, this row of 5 blue concrete, and we're going to extend this backwards by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we want the opposite side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we are just going to build up rows of light blue concrete on top of this that are going to come up, and they are going to match the two walls of the house, the left hand side and the right hand side, like this. And what we're also going to do after this is we are going to connect them together. So we just want to have two walls that look like that, and then we want to connect them together at the back like this. So we're going to connect the walls together at the back, and on the back we are going to be doing something just a little bit different. So once we get to the back here, we're going to simply copy the shape that we have for the roof on the front. So we're just going to place rows of light blue concrete that gradually shrink as we get towards the center. So just add a row that shrinks on both sides every time until you just can't do that anymore eventually. We will have to place a base to the tree house as well. We're going to use oak wood slabs, and we're going to place oak wood slabs underneath the outline of the tree house wherever we can place it. So on the front, you'll notice that a little bit of the tree gets in the way, but everywhere else we're just going to give the base of the tree house a little bit of oak wood slabs. And on the inside we also want the same thing. So on the inside we're also going to place some oak wood slabs as well, and we are going to leave the oak wood in here because I kind of like it, because it kind of shows that the tree is part of the tree house. But if you wanted to cover up the actual oak wood, then I'm sure that you could find stuff to place on top of it, or replace the oak woods themselves with something else. But we want to have something which should so far look like this. We want to place two rows of oak wood slabs coming out in front of the tree house. So one row and two rows, exactly where you'd expect to place them, like that. We have to create a ladder. So this ladder is actually made out of spruce wood planks, light grey concrete, and also oak wood slabs. So where the door is, the left hand side and the right hand side, we want to, on the outer part of the treehouse, we want to have spruce wood planks in the same position. So if this makes sense, hanging off at the end of the treehouse, we want to have spruce wood planks where the door is. We want to have this pattern coming down. It's a very easy pattern to remember. It's two spruce wood planks, so that's, we already have one, we've added two, light grey concrete, two planks, one plank, two planks, grey concrete, one plank, two planks, grey concrete, and then one plank, two planks. You guys get the idea, and we want to do that coming all the way down. You see, it's going to take a little while to do, but we are going to place all of this coming down, and then there we go, like this, and there we have like the outside of the ladder. All we're going to do now is we are going to place, starting from the top, we're going to start half a row down, and we're going to place rows and rows of oak wood slabs coming down, and these are going to form steps like this, coming all the way down to the bottom of the treehouse. You guys will be able to figure out where you stop. You stop right at the bottom where you'll be placing one on the floor, and that is simply like a step ladder. If you want it to work, simply place real ladders on the side of it or on the front of it, wherever you like, to get up to the top of the treehouse. So we also have a few more details to add. Where we have the entrance to the treehouse, so where you'd actually walk in, we are going to place a banner, because there's like a towel or something there instead in the actual version. So we're going to use a banner, and we're going to place buttons in the top left hand and top right hand corner of the door. We're going to customize the window now, and we're going to use some, what are we going to use? We're going to need spruce fence, wooden trapdoors, quartz slabs, quartz stairs, birch fence, light blue concrete, and that'll be it. Underneath the window, we're going to place quartz slabs, like this. We're going to place on top of the left-hand slab two spruce fence, 1, 2, with wooden trapdoors above the window. Going right of the wooden trapdoor, we're going to place an upside-down quartz stairs, extend it outwards by 2 using slabs, 1, 2. We're then going to place a row of birchwood fence that comes down from this, and it doesn't have to be a specific length. It only has to come. It has to come down this row about halfway down the ladder or so. So maybe to about here or so. you know, something like that, maybe even a little bit longer, but that's about how far you want it to go down. And underneath this, we're going to place a light blue concrete, and we're going to place wooden trapdoors everywhere else around the light blue concrete. And this is supposed to look like a little bit of a bucket, but colourful. If you wanted to, you could easily use a cauldron, but it's like a blue bucket in the actual version, so that's why I'm using blue. But do what you want. That's pretty much all of the detail. We're now going to extend the roof back a little bit. So we're going to extend the roof back using our spruce wood stairs, and we're just going to extend the roof coming all the way back. And the thing about the roof is, you don't have to extend it out of the back of the tree house. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to do much of a roof at all, and I'll show you why once we've like filled the top of this in. If you wanted to, you don't really have to build any more roof than we've done, because it's going to get covered up by leaves, pretty much. That's mostly what's going to happen. It's going to get covered up by leaves. So we're just going to do all of this with the spruce wood stairs, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So far, we want to have this. Now, let's add some branches. So we're going to need, for all of this next bit, so I'll get rid of everything. We need oak wood, we need jungle leaves, we need birchwood fence, and we need grey concrete. So, first, we're going to create a circular shape of jungle leaves that goes all the way around the edge of the treehouse, like this. And we're going to want to do this. Let me show you. So we want to do it like where the middle of the tree is. So you know, like the middle point of the tree, like where the diamond shape is? We want to do it roughly there. You can do it a little bit forward if you like. You can do it a little bit after. And the whole point of this part is it's not easy to kind of like just give you guys a shape to follow along with. This is going to require a little bit of you guys thinking on your feet and kind of just messing about with some shapes. So we kind of want to have a rough circular shape going around the treehouse like this. And we just want to we want to make it 3D as well. So you're going to want to add some blocks in some places, and you're just going to want to make it look like it's 3D, make it look natural. So it's not important that you make it looking completely natural to start off with. That's not a big deal. But by the end of this, we are going to want it looking a certain way, like this. So we've got a circular shape. Now we want to extend this back. So we're going to keep creating circular shapes coming around this. So kind of like using the first circle that we had as a bit of an outline. And we're going to bring this a few rows back until we are able to cover up the entire treehouse. So we're going to want to basically keep adding layers and layers and layers to this until we are happy with the leaf pattern, basically. Because I think that the version that I showed you at the start of this video, I think it looked very, very natural. I think it, you know, apart from the fact that it's got like a house in it, I think it looked quite natural, and I hope that you guys do too. And we're going to try and replicate that, and this is basically the strategy that I used. It's basically just making loads and loads of layers, coming back like this, and eventually you'll be able to just like extend one layer backwards, but we do have to make a shape that we're happy with. And I'm just doing a little bit of it now, like I'm just adding to it, because we want it to look 3D. That's why we keep extending some blocks outwards from the silhouette a little bit. We want it to look 3D. So let's take a look. So from the front, yeah, that's not looking that bad. So from the front we have something which looks like that. But the way that we can make it look a little bit better, you can destroy into the roof a little bit, by the way, if you like, and you can place some more green. We can always cover it up inside, and it'll blend things together a little bit better as well. So it is, you know, it's kind of up to you how you want this to look, if you want gaps and stuff, but this is kind of how I'm putting it together. You see, that makes it look a little bit better, and I'm just going to, for instance, like, I'm going to shave that bit off a little bit. I'm going to cut a couple of blocks out here, and I'm going to add a little bit more mass here, and I'm going to, I can actually... No, I can't do that. And on this side, like, we can prune this a little bit. We can make it a little bit messier. And we can make it look a little bit fuller. So you just want to keep tweaking it like that. That's not a horrible shape, to be honest. And once you have a shape that you're quite happy with, what you can do is you can extend it backwards, come in out towards the back of the tree. This is the worst part of the tree house. This is the worst part of the tutorial, unfortunately. You can extend it all backwards, come in out of the back of the tree like this. And once you have an outline that you're happy with, you can just extend it back, because Minecraft trees anyway are usually very, very flat. They're very boring looking, most of them, so it doesn't look weird to do this. And if you want to, you can take this, what we're doing now. If you want to, you can simply take, like, the outline that we're creating, because we now have a lot of, like, flat lines, a lot of just straight lines. You can mess about with the sides in that you can add more and take away some more volume, and you can mess it up a little bit to make it look a bit more natural. But I think that I've kind of given you guys the tools and techniques to do that, and I don't want this video to be like half an hour of me perfecting the leaves on the tree. So that's why we're kind of just using this silhouette now, instead of, like, keep pruning and messing with it until we are happy. That's what I want you guys to do. You guys are going to be doing your own version of this. You're going to be messing about with the leaves, and you're going to do it in such a way that looks good to you. So, you know, you might have a particular style of tree in your head. You might be looking at yours and you might be like, that is nothing like what I have in my head. So once we've extended it all backwards, we'll have something like this at the back of our treehouse, right? Well, we basically want to take this and we want to extend it coming out the back of the treehouse, and we're just going to shrink it. So we're going to add some more layers to it, and we're going to shrink it like this. So, like, one row inwards, like this, we're just going to add a few layers of leaves, and we just want to cover up the big empty hole that we have. So it doesn't matter exactly how we do this. It's not that important, but we do want to just, you know, we want to have this shrinking slowly inwards into the leaves. So I'll show you once I've, like, actually added a layer or so myself. But this is how we're going to be accomplishing this, and it should hopefully look. It will look a little bit man-made because Minecraft trees don't tend to do this, but you know, I guess it is supposed to be a little bit man-made anyway. So we want to have something which should look like that, right? Which looks a little bit weird by itself. So we're just going to, like, bring it in a little bit on the corners, like this, and we're going to make it look a little bit more like an abstract shape, like that, and then gonna circle that off, and then we're just going to do the same thing again. So we're going to just gradually shrink the tree like this by creating more and more layers. That's the name of the game pretty much. It's just how many layers are you going to add to this tree until you are satisfied. And I'm not going to be doing many more because, once again, like, I just don't want this whole video to be making the actual tree, and I think that this might actually look alright once I've done it. So, like, the back of the tree now looks like that, which looks alright. You don't have to add that many layers to it to make it look natural. And from the front, we're going to have something which looks like this, which looks fine as well. But the thing is, the tree has to be made a little bit more customized. On the left-hand side of the tree, we're going to create a branch. So somewhere around the top middle-ish part of the tree, we're going to create a branch that comes left, and it also wants to come up a little bit like this, like that, sort of like that shape, except a little bit more crooked perhaps, like that. And what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to hang a few rows of birchwood fence coming off of it, and it wants to come down a little bit low, so like sort of like ground level-ish. And we want to be able to place a row of three grey concrete coming down. 1, 2, 3. We want to take the middle one, left and right by 1, and then we want to knock the middle one out. And that is basically a tire swing. That's pretty much what we've got going on there. So what we now have to do is we have to use this and we have to blend. So we're going to make this branch more 3D. We're going to make it a bit more 3D. That part's going to stick out more than that. We're going to create some leaves around it, and we just have to blend it into the tree a little bit. So something like that actually looks fine, and it now blends in very nicely to the rest of the tree. The right hand side of the tree, we're going to have another branch somewhere about midway down across the front. We're just going to use our oak wood, and we're going to create another branch, and it's just going to come up pretty high up the tree like this. It's going to move a little bit backwards as well, and it's just going to poke out of the side. So something like that. That's the skeleton of it. And then we're just going to have it, like I said, we're just going to have it poke out a little bit in a few places, and then we're just going to place some leaves around it. And it's just basically, it's to make it look more like a tree. And it exists in the original, like the original version of this. So it just looks right. And you don't have to place leaves everywhere. You can leave some of this exposed. And it actually looks better if you do leave some of the oak wood exposed, because then it doesn't look so weird. Like trees have branches and leaves are typically, you know, towards the end of some of them. You know, so the more natural you make it look, the better. And there we go. Yeah, that actually looks alright. And there you have Harold and George's treehouse. And it is a bit of a pain to make, the tree part, but that can be as nice or as, you know, or as dull as you like. You could just make a big giant square shaped area of leaves, and you know, you might be happy. But some of you guys might want to add more detail in it like me, and you know, now it looks a lot more legitimate. It looks a lot more natural. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. If you do enjoy the content, please do remember to hit that like. I would really appreciate that. No end, I honestly would. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. If you subscribe, click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And of course, on top of all of these things, if you do want to see more of my stuff, you gotta let me know down there in the comment section. You guys suggest, if you want to see some more cartoon related builds, what do you want to see? Do you want to see a specific movie, a specific series, a cartoon? Let me know. And if you do want to check out all of the other things that I've made, this is kind of like a cartoon corner of my world. If you want to check out all of the other cartoon related builds or any of my other builds in general, check out the card system. In the description below, you'll be able to find all of my stuff very, very easily. That's the card system. The description below, I'd highly recommend checking out the cartoon builds playlist. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.